with each passing day, and I'm not actually one of these guys who was worried all about privacy, and I used to be around people who'd always talk about it, and I'd say, you people are kind of paranoid nuts. And it turns out they were right. It doesn't seem for the moment that we're moving in the right direction in terms of having control over your data and information.
You know, I mean, I measure, I've been in Silicon Valley for 17 years, and I will measure these things in, you know, not months and quarters, but years. Mm-hmm. And I think the pendulum has, you know, swung for a period of time into there's no such thing as privacy, there's no such thing. Mm-hmm. It's not, to me, so much about privacy as it is control. At least I want to know, you know, how data is being accessed. One of the most popular features on LinkedIn that has driven a tremendous number of subscribers to LinkedIn is who viewed my profile. Yeah. And, you know, that's voyeuristic, stealthy, like it's, you know, vain. I want to know who viewed it. I think people are going to care about this stuff, and I will measure that over, you know, years, not months.
You know, I'd say, like, I think it's similar to Gloss. I mean, I think it's trust. Trust, the nature of trust is changing in our workplace, right? So a couple levels. So first, you talk about data privacy at Salesforce. The number one value of the business to this day still, it overrides everything that we would ever do, is trust. Our customers have to trust what we do. I think it's why the cloud is successful, Salesforce being the pioneer. It's because we knew that if people did not trust, it would never, and to this day, it's still like hyper focused on that. But I think there's another level of trust. Trust in institutions is changing dramatically, right? We used to just trust people. We used to trust that our mayors weren't, you know, crack smoking.
Now you can't even smoke a crack pipe without somebody taping it.
No, but I mean, in all jest, I mean, like, think about the things that we've seen happen, whether it's Occupy Wall Street or the other. People are sort of losing trust in the common institutions that we used to say is the bedrock that was out there. Now, I don't necessarily think that's doom and gloom. It's just that those are kind of institutions 1.0, right? We're getting into 2.0 institutions. Back to your question about how do you develop meaning. People on the internet are collaborating and creating all these different social structures, these different organizations that they have more trust in because they feel that they're more transparent to them. They have more access to control over them. It's not as hierarchical. And I think this is the really important one. You know, internet culture, back to my point about values what you do. Your point about on the internet, no one knows you're your dog. If you're the best coder in the world and you code an awesome code that for the Linux code line, no one cares what you look like or what you did. It's just, did you create awesome code? If you've got a great reputation on GitHub, I don't care. And people do that I'm sure you do that all the time. I know guys who are doing startups, they're like, I don't care. I'm on the, you know, Ruby on Rails discussion board. I want to find the top 50 coders in the world. I don't care who they are. So the point I'm getting at is I think we're in the middle of a trust revolution. What company do you trust? Who do I trust for my career? What institution should I trust as I think figure these out?
Are you saying
this
that
is changing right now?
All of this, more people on the internet creates a new paradigm for establishing trust?
Yes, I think 2 billion people on the internet will change the nature of a corporation, as new technology always has, which changes who we trust in a corporation and why we trust them in a corporation.